Yeah. Hello, folks. This old Hunter here. I got a little show I want to put on to the fishermen. I come up with this probably 25 years ago when I was living over in Texas. A lot of drainage canals right there from Port Arthur on up to probably all the way up to hell, I can't think of the name of the town north of Beaumont. Well, they were slap full of catfish. I'm gonna tell you that, and they mostly fed on shad. And hardly nobody put a boat in there. Could hardly get a boat in there. A few people fish from the bank. But I had a little lightweight boat, and me and my buddy, with just a trolling motor, we'd put over there. We'd catch anywhere from 100 to 150 pounds of catfish every weekend and selling them. And I show you a little thing I come up with to catch them with. I call it a catfish float. Okay, get you a piece of stainless steel wire. This is electric fencing wire. Okay, you make it to where it just fit over this like that, and then you twist the ends up together and cut it off. All right, and you put it over these two supports right there, and put your nail in there, and go to twisting it. I don't remember being this hard 25 years ago. But, like everything else, age takes a lot of stuff from you. And I'm 77 years old now. Okay. See how I twisted that? And it left two eyes on each end and an eye in the middle. And there's a reason for that. I'm fixing to show you that. Okay. Go down and get you some 1-inch styrofoam, a sheet of it, full bait sheet. You can make a ton of these floats. And I just take a knife and just cut it like that, and they break apart real easy. And I'll make them 4 inches square, 2 pieces, 4 inches square. Okay? Then you take a knife and get right in the middle of it and just stick a hole in it. You can use a screwdriver or anything, just put a hole in it. For the finished product, it's going to look like this right here. Okay? All right, you take this piece right here, put your nail in the middle, and you stick this up through the hole like that. Then you take the other piece of styrofoam, you put it from the other end. Now what you're doing, you're sandwiching that nail in there so it can't come out. All right? Then you take duct tape. You duct tape this son of a gun, just keep winding around like that and cover all the edges like you see right here, like I've done with this piece. Okay, then we get all duct taped in. I bought me a sheet of reflecting tape material. That little square right there, probably more 3/4 inch square. You can see it 100 yards at night if you got a good Q-beam. And I got them on every side. That way, no matter whichever way it's turned, you can see them at night. Just like daylight. Works perfect. All right, now, I know a lot of fishermen come out and say, oh man, you ain't making that long enough. But I know from experience, catfish come up to the top of the water and feed at night a lot of the time. They bottom feed, they also come up and eat shad and stuff like that. And any movement in the water will get their attention. I always use live bait. If I'm fishing for catfish in the canal, though, I use shad about that big. Okay? When I use other play like Raven and Toledo Bend and all, I use live brim about that big, and I hook them from the bottom of the lip right up through the top of the lip, and they stay alive for they'll stay alive all night until something gets them or something kills them. I had trouble in the canals over there in Texas with the alligators. The alligators wanting to chew my floats up. I got a lot of floats that have teeth marks all over them. But what's good about this right here, you got your fish, you got this right here, you can throw it like a frisbee. Because I fish right alongside the lily pads. And we put out 75 of these floats. And you need to check the laws in Mississippi or wherever you're fishing and see what you got to do. In Texas, you had to have your name, the date, and address on your floats. Or they give you a ticket. So I'm not sure about Mississippi. I hadn't used them here except in a private lake I lived on. So check with Mississippi Game and Fish to see what the rules and regulations are. You can see it's a very simple little design. And like I said, just wrap this part first with duct tape. and then start going this way with it, and then buy you some of that reflector tape, put on there, and you got something, that 25, almost probably 25, 28 years old. And don't tell how many catfish that thing's caught. I mean, tons of them. So I thought I'd pass that little bit of information on to y'all. I think you'll enjoy fishing with them. It's as much fun chasing them as it is catching the fish. Because the catfish can pull this side down with no trouble at all. A 5-6 pound catfish will sink it. And 15, 20 pounds, they have no trouble at all. Well, what you got to do is you take and you buy one of them little 3/4 pronged rakes like you dig in the garden with. Got the teeth turns up like this. Got a handle about that long. Put an extension on it. If you can't get one of them, if you got a little iron rake around the house, you can use it. Put your pretty good length handle on it. You run a boat like that, when you get close to it, you can reach out there and go and eat the float. And it'll seize that string, and it'll sit right in that thumb gun. You can pick him right up and sit him right in the boat. Works like a dream. Don't try to get them with your hand. You ain't gonna do it. They're gonna go down. You're gonna chase them all day. Well, that just about does this little episode of making a float for catfish. And I'm gonna leave you a little thought that I like to leave every day. Every time I do one of these, I always like to leave this little thought with people. If there's something you really want to do, take the time to do it. And the reason I'm saying this is life is short and death is forever. See you later, folks. Hope you enjoyed it.